ADR, this is King Black, and let me give you some gangster advice when it comes to car maintenance. When it comes to car maintenance, you want to make sure that you stay away from these quick lube places. I hate these quickie lube, freaking Pennzoil lube centers, or even the quickie lube they have at your local Walmart. You gotta stay away from these things. And the reason why I say this is because multiple people have complained that these sort of places, these sort of businesses, they claim to do your oil change or whatever service you have them do, a radiator flush, a transmission fluid change, and they don't do it. They leave you high and dry. What I recommend for you to do, especially if you can't do it yourself and you have to depend on these kinds of centers to do your oil change, is for one, learn about the process. Learn how it should be done. Look up some YouTube videos. Go check out WikiHow and find out how the process is done and what you gotta do. Now, why do I say this? I say it because recently I went to get my oil change done, and they had a new guy working there. And first of all, I don't do my own oil change because, one, got back problems. Two, I don't feel like it. But it is cheaper if you do it yourself. Now, when I took my car to get it in for an oil change, they had this new guy working there, right? And this new guy didn't know what the heck he was doing. He didn't know where the plug was. He didn't know. He spent what should have taken maybe 20 minutes or even less. He took 45 minutes. Now, there's a little trick when you get your oil change that you always want to make sure that is done. And they're going to change the oil filter out. What you want to do is get a little bit of the old oil and lubricate the rim of the new filter going in. That way it creates a better seal. There's no oil leakage, no problems like that. It helps keep things smooth. And I'm watching this guy do it, and he forgets to do that. He doesn't do it. So I had to tell him, hey, dip your finger in the old oil and rub it around the rim of the new filter. As dirty as that may sound to some of y'all out there. Because these kinds of things, especially in a higher mileage engine and stuff like that, could create problems. It could create a leak. It could create a whole bunch of other things going on. It can make a small problem into a big problem. So, make sure that new filter is lubricated around the rim before they stick it on there. So that's my other tip, is if you're able to see it, which is why I don't go to Pep Boys anymore. For one, their labor rates are too high. Two, you can't really see when they're working on your car what they're doing. So you can't really take them 100% at their word that they did something. So try to go to a place that you're able to observe the person doing it. Don't just leave and go to the waiting room and read a newspaper, drink a coffee, or stay around looking at the sky or the wall. Actually watch them work on your car. Watch what they're doing, making sure that they put the right amount of oil in your car, making sure they put the right weight of oil in your car. Make sure you see that old filter come out and a new one come in. Because some of these places, man, they're all about profit. And if they think they can get away with it, they will leave your old filter on there. They'll say they replace your oil filter and they'll leave it on there. They may change your oil, but they'll leave you the old filter on there. And that's money that you're paying for that went straight into their pocket. So when you go to one of these places, avoid quickie lube places. You know, there have been so many videos done already where somebody's car got messed up because they either forgot to put the new oil in, or they didn't change anything and they said they did an oil change and they just basically stared at it, did some miming actions making it look like they were doing something, and the person's driving another 100 200 miles after that and get that check engine light, something explodes. So make sure it gets done. And I don't trust these, places, because almost every time I have taken a car or a truck into one of these quickie places, solely because, I don't have time where I'm at to go find the mechanic that I trust, always something goes wrong. So, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. I'm not going to let that happen a third and fourth or fifth or sixth time. And there may be some good quickie lube places out there that won't do that to you, that will do what they say they are going to do. But I'm just telling you, you shouldn't risk it. You're the one who depends on your vehicle every day to go to work, to go shopping, to do whatever it is that you do. And you don't want, because of somebody being lazy or being preoccupied about their profit margin, that they're not going to do the work, or they're going to do it the wrong way, and they're going to mess you up in the long term. Most of these people don't really care about repeat customers. A good mechanic cares about having a good experience with their clients and their customers, because they want to see you again. It's consistent income for them. So, let's go back, rewind, summarize. Don't take it to Pep Boys. Don't take it to AutoZone. If your AutoZone does it, either do it yourself or go to a place that you can observe the work being done. Don't just take people's word for it, man. So many people have gotten burned by taking people's word. Yeah, I did the work. Oh yeah, I did this. I changed this. And when something happens and somebody comes to inspect it, they're like, man, this thing has never been changed. I remember once I took my Mitsubishi Diamante when I had it for a transmission flush at a Pennzoil Quickie Lube place somewhere in the Midwest. They suckered me into that, hey, while you're here getting your oil change, you want to go ahead and change out your transmission fluid. Say, hey, what the heck? Less than a month later, transmission goes out. So, hard lesson learned, expensive lesson learned. Anyways, ADR, King Black, I'll see y'all on the next one.